I'd like to thank Most Wanted Comics first appearance of Carnage. Venom in a club. It's a thing now. Tom Hardy is really having a blast playing this role, especially as Venom, which I just found out a few days ago. He actually does recordings for Venom, records them, and it has him playing on set while he interacts with Venom. Woody Harrelson, I liked him as Carnage or Cletus Cassidy because he didn't play it too over the top. He was very natural born killers. I don't know if y'all ever seen that, but it seemed like it was just a different iteration of that. I like the fact he didn't overplay it. Carnage is more of a force of nature. My thing is they kind of undermine him, and he was very PG compared to the way he is in comics, where he's just dropping bodies everywhere he goes. This is more of a rom-com where Venom and Eddie are out of the honeymoon phase, and they're kind of like, they have to accept each other for the way they are, and they have growing pains. But they stuck to what really worked the first time with the whole Venom and Eddie dynamic. I was pleasantly surprised. A lot of people liked it in the first one, and it makes more sense that they lean on that in this one, which kind of helped propel the movie a little more better paced, because the last one, the first half, was a bit of a chore to get through. The best parts of this movie are when Venom and Eddie argue, especially when everybody around him are just looking at him like he's crazy, which I thought was hilarious. So I really like the side characters. I guess they kept them from the first movie because it feels like it was kind of like, wasn't well planned out. And in this one, I feel like they just leaned on, like I said earlier, we worked with the first film with Chen, Amy, or the love interest that he had, and Dan. Dan was my favorite. He puts up a lot of bullshit, especially Eddie's. He was a bit more of a comedy relief than the other characters. And he helped out a lot in the ending, without giving away any spoilers. They had a director who actually plays a lot of CGI characters, Andy Serkis, if that rings any bells. Gollum. Caesar from the Planet of the Apes movies. By the way, amazing trilogy. He brought his CGI props to a CGI character to a live action movie. It's a lot more better, especially the fight scenes were used a whole lot better. It wasn't like the last one where it just seemed a little uninspired and clunky. Honestly, this movie could have been a little longer. It was cut a little choppy, especially towards the end. You could tell like they did some ugly cuts, and maybe it was supposed to be a little longer. I don't know, maybe it was supposed to be rated R because of Carnage. Other than that, the fights were way better this time. It was a lot more fluid. If you're looking for fights on end, it's not going to happen. So don't get your hopes up. It's one fight at the end. But for what we got, I really liked it for what it was. I feel like they could be reaching gold if the writing got better. I know Venom comics aren't known for their witty or compelling dialogue, but I feel like the minute they get Venom with some good writers, I need some more character development and some more stakes at hand. Especially since it's not tied to the MCU. We can have more stakes involved in it, especially with Carnage. And they gotta switch it up for the third one because this will get old by the third one. Having another CGI character or a CGI blob monster. I'm telling you, the minute they find a good writer to mix up with Venom, especially Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy already writes most of this stuff. In the first one, they let him improvise a lot of scenes and they would incorporate it into the movie. That's why it felt a little clunky at times with the first one. This one, it felt like it was more Andy Serkis and Tom Hardy's ship to ride on. They already have everything else. They have Andy Serkis, they have Tom Hardy, they have good actors. Woody Harrelson did a pretty good job. I'm telling you, the minute they get that down, they have every other ingredient to make this work. The third one, I hope they might go the Logan route where they get all not super complex, because that's not what these movies have in line with those. Take the material a little more seriously so we could have a really good third film. Maybe branch out to a fourth and fifth. And I'll talk about that in another video. I really wish they could have incorporated more of the Maximum Carnage. I know it's a Spider-Man storyline, but instead of using Spider-Man, they can use Venom. MCU doesn't have all their characters, especially in the beginning. They could have cut it like the way they do with the other films and just incorporated the best parts of those storylines. But I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. It was pretty good. Definitely needs some work. The next one, hopefully it's a lot better. But I did have fun with this film. See y'all soon. Let me know down in the comments what was your favorite part of the movie without spoiling. And y'all take it easy. Deuces, y'all.